Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Legends Never Die podcast. This is your host, Hunter Berger, alongside co-host Dustin and Matt. Caleb's out today, unfortunately, or fortunately, either way you put it. He went to the Pelicans and Bucks basketball game down in New Orleans, so we're missing him this week, but feels good to be back. We missed last week. We had a lot going on, not much in sports, though, but we're here to catch up now. A lot of stuff. Free agency started in NFL, the Combine. College basketball is getting near March Madness. Baseball season kicks off next week. So we got a lot to talk about today. But first, we'll start it off with our bold takes. And I'll let you get it first, Matt. What you got?
Yeah, I'm going to predict something for football next year. I think the Browns go and win the division. Honestly, I think the Ravens are losing a lot of key pieces on defense, and Baker will be able to shred them.
My bold take is I'm pretty confident that it's already a lock for Gonzaga and Duke to meet in the championship this year.
I could see that happening. The guys coming back, as we talked about earlier, from Zaga, Tilly, and Duke, I mean, they're pretty much a lock to get there if they could get healthy. I know they just had the major injury to Bolden, so that's bad. He's going to be out how long? A couple weeks at least?
Yeah, they said he's going to miss the ACC tournament, but it should be back for tournament play. Same injury Zion got.
I think Duke needs to get a 1 seed, though, really, so they don't get matched up with Zaga, because Zaga's going to be the number 1 overall seed. If Duke's 5 and misses that 1 seed, they'll be the 5th. They'll be the first 2 seed, and they'll be in Zaga's bracket.
No, they won't. They'd be
it's
yeah.
set on the region.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
But, yeah, I'll go with my bold take. San Francisco 49ers, they missed out on Antonio Brown, unfortunately. But I think they go and get a receiver that's even better. They're going to trade the number 2 overall pick for Odell Beckham Jr.
No, they
Mark
would
my
not
words.
Do that.
See what's going to happen. Watch it happen.
They'll
Watch
trade
it.
down in the draft, get a different draft pick, and trade for Odell.
Well, either way, I think they're trading for Odell, whether it's a 2 overall or whatever pick. Giants are going to move him. They're looking towards the future, and they don't want his drama. And San Francisco will gladly take it. I mean, they've had Reuben Foster for years now, so they're not worried about it. But, yeah, give me Odell to the 49ers, and that's going to be my bold take. So, all right, we'll kick it off into NFL free agency and trades. Free agency officially starts tomorrow, Wednesday at whatever, like 3 o'clock p.m., I think. But anyways, all these contracts will go official, and we've had a lot of big moves. What move do y'all like the most so far? Of course, I'm going to go with a quarterback is mine. So I'm going to go Nick Foles to the Jags. I mean, if you look at it, Jags were 1 game away from making the Super Bowl, almost beat the Patriots just 2 years ago. I know they had a terrible season last year, but I really feel like they're a quarterback away. Confidence is everything, and not having Blake Bortles as your quarterback, that's a big confidence boost. So I like Foles. I think they paid a little bit too much for him, similar to the Cousins deal with the Vikings, but I like it. Nick Foles to the Jags. We'll see what he got.
I don't think it'll be enough, honestly. Their O-line is terrible. They need to make some upgrades in the draft.
What you think about that trade, Dustin, that signing? And I had Foles as my number 2 overall free agent behind Lev Bell, just because he is a quarterback and it is so important, and he's obviously the best quarterback. So
Yeah, I like him, but I don't know if he was worth what they paid him.
And that division's so tough, man. You got Houston and Colts who are on the rise, who are 10-win teams for the next 5 years. And you have Tennessee, who's on the brink of a playoff spot every year. So it's going to be tough for the Jags in that division, but I do like the move. It's going to be the best division moving forward the next couple of years. I really do think AFC South's on the come up. But what's your favorite move so far, Dustin?
The Raiders stealing Antonio Brown.
Of course.
Robbing them blind.
See, I wanted to go with something else because everybody's aware of that.
They robbed them.
Antonio Brown robbed Pittsburgh by being such an outspoken.
Yeah, he was on his way to Buffalo. They ended up signing Cole Beasley and John Brown.
Still upgrades now. I don't have to hear you cry about Josh Allen not having any receivers every week on the show next year.
Yeah.
As long as they could stay healthy.
They're better than what they had. Definitely.
Both injury prone, though. Both tiny men.
Yeah, John Brown going to have a hamstring injury lasting 18 weeks. But, anyways, outside of the Brown trade, I think Landon Collins to Washington's huge.
I think it's a good move. Coming off the injury, though, I'm not sure. And he's not peaking like he used to. 2016 was his best year. 2017, bad year. 2018, good year.
You can only play as good as the people around you, and that boy's going to Washington. They got a top 10 defense already.
Yeah, I like the move as far as that goes. I don't like the move for DeShazer because obviously he just lost his spot in that starting lineup or anything going forward. But, hey, it may be good. Collins may be able to teach him some stuff and help him out. Another Louisiana native, so I got to support Collins. Although he did pick Alabama over LSU, and I was pretty disappointed. But, yeah, I like the move. That boy got paid. He got paid big. What's your favorite move so far, Matt?
My favorite move's got to be Tyrann Mathieu to the Chiefs.
I was about to say, somebody better say it.
They're a secondary away from winning the Super Bowl, really.
And I think not
with getting rid of all their pass rush. They're losing D Ford, Justin Houston.
Justin Houston's old, though.
Huh?
They put the tag on Ford.
Yeah, but they want to get rid of him.
Oh, they're trying to trade him?
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't.
But
I'd keep him. I mean, he was a Pro Bowler this year.
You
He's
never
one of the
know.
best
Maybe
pass
they
rushers.
got some young guys
y'all saw
up
who
there.
Justin Houston's about to sign with?
Hopefully New Orleans, probably the Patriots. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
He wants to go win a ring.
He's old though. I mean, he's still solid. He'll definitely teach a young linebacking core a lot. So I would take Houston and New Orleans around our young guys.
My favorite thing to watch every offseason is watch people leave the Patriots and get paid so much money, so much more than what they're actually worth. $17 million a year for Trey Flowers. Come on, dude.
Dude, he had a hell of a year though, man. I like Flowers. But going off your move, Matt, Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger there in Chiefs, I really like that move a lot. He's getting a 3-year, $42 million deal. He struggled to get Houston to give him a big contract. They just wanted to keep 1 year in him, and he wanted something long-term. 3 years is good for a safety. Kind of going to set the bar there as far as price per year. And I think they're going to go out and make a huge move. I mentioned to y'all before the show. I think they're going to trade their first-round pick, number 30 overall, for Patrick Peterson. Trade him out of Arizona. He wants out. He wants to be on a winning team for once in his career. So go ahead and team back up with Matthew like the old LSU days. And Chiefs will have that secondary then. Eric Berry, I mean, he's Eric Berry, injury prone, but he'll be back there too. So that'd be three good guys in that secondary.
Yeah. Right. They're still going to suck.
Nah, they'll be nice. I mean, they're still going to be a 13-win team.
Yeah, but they'll still lose to the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I don't know. Tyrann Mathieu may be that difference maker. He
was
is a
bad.
captain.
He was bad last year.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't great. I mean, how would you be if your team gave you a 1-year, $7 million deal and they told you they didn't want you long term after you had a defensive MVP type of year the year before? He was an MVP talk for 12 weeks out of the 16.
Yeah, and 15 ACL tears. I wouldn't give him long. How you going to give a guy who's tore his ACL 3 times a long-term deal? I wouldn't do that either.
Hey, that seems like the trend right now. I know y'all seen the Quan Alexander signing. Paid that boy big bucks. What'd you think on that?
I think they overpaid him, but I think he's a beast. He's good, but he ain't. I don't know. I'd probably pay Dante Hightower the highest paid linebacker in the league.
So that was Quan Alexander. He was one of my top guys. He's a young LSU stud, only 25 years old. They went ahead and locked him up on a 4-year, $54 million. That's San Francisco. They did that in the wake of all the Reuben Foster stuff, I'm guessing. I mean, they definitely needed a linebacking core, and he's a good play caller. He's all over the field. They say he misses a lot of tackles, but great vision, and he's just a good player. I mean, he is LSU linebacker, so you know he's a freaking stud. But like you said, they paid big bucks. Coming off an ACL injury, that's a lot of pressure to put on him to be your signal caller in year one. And you had just mentioned the Trey Flowers deal. I had Trey Flowers in my top 5 for free agent signings, and he went ahead and went to Detroit, teaming back up with Patricia, his old coordinator, and I think it's a good move. He did get paid a lot, but 5 years gave him a huge deal. How much was it? Almost $80 million? 16, 17 million a year?
That's way too much.
Yeah.
That's the biggest deal for that position so far.
And my biggest remaining free agent outside of Le'Veon Bell's and Ziggy Ansah.
I wasn't even aware he was still available.
Yep.
I thought they were going to tag him.
I got an update on him too. He said he's working out with the Patriots.
Dustin, don't even start this. Everybody, I'm guessing Le'Veon Bell's working out with the Patriots too, huh?
We got Sony Michel. What we need him for?
Tyrod Taylor working out with the Patriots?
No, but he needs to go somewhere. Don't stay and be Baker Mayfield's backup. Watch Baker throw picks all year.
But other big names, we got Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think he's as good as everybody else
Re-signing
thinks.
with the Saints.
Yeah, he's going to re-sign with the Hoodats. Another big move for the Hoodats. Mark Ingram, man, I'm going to miss you. I really am. I love you, man. I get you in fantasy every year. You're a good player, but you're just not as needed anymore, I don't think so. Boom and Zoom's breaking up in New Orleans. Hate to say it, but Latavius Murray will replace him. He'll come in and fill the shoes. That'll mean more pass down, more rushing attempts for Kamara, which I think he needs. And I think it just makes Saints' offense a lot more predictable. That's the only bad thing about that move, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Latavius can't catch the ball out of the backfield. Saints are going downhill almost as fast as the Cowboys, but we'll let it shake.
Calm down on the Cowboys. We're getting our best player back that we've ever had, Jason Witten.
Is he really?
Goodness.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
coming
he's back.
back.
Really?
Yeah, you already signed with him like 2 weeks ago.
I did not hear about that. That's how irrelevant that is. But Bridgewater, he's still only 26 years old, so, I mean, Saints, I guess they think he's the future, him and Taysom Hill. I don't know what they're thinking there, but I don't like the move. Trent Brown, offensive tackle from Patriots. What a stud. Shit. I had him as my top offensive lineman available in free agency. That boy, hey, he got the work. He's heading to Oakland.
You remember the last one that was your top offensive lineman in free agency?
Not Nate Soldier. He was not. No, I knew
Yeah,
he was. He was on his way out. We're talking about a 26-year-old Trent Brown, 4-year contract, 6'8", 380 pounds. Give me that bull on my line, please.
That's the size of every lineman.
Yeah, but still, that's huge, bro. That ain't the size of every lineman. No, it ain't. I'm going to look at average weight after the show, and we'll see. Over, under, within 10 pounds, I'm smacking you. But, yeah, him to Oakland, I think it was a good move. They picked up him and Antonio Brown this week. Draft picks is all they did. And as soon as they got him, they traded him for the draft pick. Then they got the pick right back by trading Osemele and got rid of Osemele's big contract. I know he's a Pro Bowler, good offensive lineman, whatever, but I think Trent Brown's just as good or better, Pro Bowler as well. So I like that move. I like what Oakland's doing now. They're gonna run out of money. They're gonna run out of money. But
you know who I like what they're doing? The Jets.
Oh yeah, Jets making big moves. They signed C.J. Mosley. What a freaking
and Anthony
beast!
Barr.
Nah, Barr's going to re-sign with the Vikings. He backed out on the Jets.
Really?
Yeah, the Vikings must have matched.
Because they got Mosley. He don't. Oh my goodness. But still, they need to draft DK Metcalf, and then they need to, when the next round comes, they need to draft Anthony Brown, and they need to throw their whole wallet at Le'Veon Bell.
Jets can make a huge move. I mean, Patriots are about to suck within the next couple of years. It's inevitable that when Tom Brady leaves, they're not going to be the same team.
No, we got our next quarterback.
Oh, who?
If you say
freaking Danny Etling from LSU.
Nope.
Danny Phantom from LSU.
Will Greer.
Oh,
No, I'm joking. He'll be retiring same time as Brady. No, we're gonna draft a quarterback this year. But I mean, what do we possibly need?
I mean, y'all draft another Tom Brady in the 6th round. Come on.
No, we're gonna get probably, if Kyler Murray's there, that's who we'll draft.
They'll pull something out of their sleeve. But who else we got on the top boards that I'm really looking forward to signing? We got Tyrell Williams, Chargers. I mean, really, he's one of the best receivers available if you really look at it. He's solid. I could see him going to a lot of teams. We had the Deshaun Jackson trade going back to Philly. He'll be a deep threat. Philly got the receivers, man. Golden Tate, Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, Ertz. Is he?
Yeah, he's in a contract.
Oh, it was an expiring contract. Philly has a lot to look forward to, though, next season, coming back with Carson Wentz. We'll see what happens there. But what other moves do y'all like? We still got some big names left on the board. Sheldon Richardson went to your Browns, Matt, so that's a good move.
I got a sleeper move for y'all. Devin Funches to the Colts.
That wouldn't be bad.
Who's Cam going to throw to?
Wouldn't be bad. It's already happened.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's good for Andrew Luck then. But that C.J. Mosley trade, what we were just saying about Jets, man, we got to get back on that for a second. I really have faith in Darnold. I think he's probably the 3rd best rookie quarterback out of the group. Mayfield, Allen, then Darnold, in my opinion. But I really, really like that C.J. Mosley deal. That man got paid 5 years, $85 million. I thought for sure he was going back to Baltimore. I guess they couldn't afford him. I don't know what the situation was there. But that's their play caller right there. So you got a new guy going there. You got Jamal Adams, Mosley, the offensive weapons, like you said.
We got to get the offensive weapons.
Sign a couple more guys. You got Anderson out there at receiver. Get another big-name receiver, and then sign Lev Bell. I mean, you got the money. Put it all on the table. Give him whatever he wants, guaranteed, to make him a Jet.
I don't know why the Jets wasn't trying to get Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham. Dude, you need someone for Darnold. They ain't got nobody that can shake.
They've got to. But, all right, next good quarterback we got on the board, Tyrod Taylor. Still no one's picked him up. I guess no one really wants him. But, I mean, in this low market of quarterbacks in free agency, he's pretty solid. I could see him going somewhere, being a nice backup. I just don't know where. Maybe a 49er or something. Who knows? But I'm not big on Tyrod Taylor. What else we got? Our second best running back still available on the board, Tevin Coleman. I really think he's a good back. He's backed up Freeman all these years, really been a starter because Freeman stays injured.
He goes down too easy.
Yeah, I like him, though. I like him. So I think he could help a team somewhere. I'm not sure who, but he's definitely going to be a low market. Everybody thought he was going to get a big contract last year, but I don't see him getting a big contract. I see him being a backup. I don't see him starting anywhere on any team.
Shoo, boy.
What team would he start for? I mean, come on now.
The Jets?
Yeah, the Jets. If they don't get a big name, but they're holding out. Then y'all's boy Dante Fowler re-signed with the Rams. Your Rams is a good move. 1 year, $12 million, so they're not committed to him. I don't know where Rams are getting this money. It's just falling out of the sky, I guess.
Goff's on his rookie contract still.
Yeah, but still, they're paying everybody. I don't think they're
the
going to be able to afford Dominican Sue.
The salary, they don't want him. The salary cap went up $10 million, so that's $10 million right there. That's his contract. Boom, right there. Bam. Here. Just because the budget went up, you can have this.
All right, so Fowler's remaining a Ram. That's good for Los Angeles, bad for everyone else in the NFC. Then we got Justin Houston, who's still a mystery. He's 30 years old, who's been one of the best DN hybrids in the league over the last few years. He's a great player. Dustin thinks he's going to go to the Patriots. I hope he goes to the Saints. Who knows? It's a coin flip where he goes at this point. But he's a good player. You mentioned Funchess. He's on our list here. We got Eric Weddle, big move. I mean, he's 40 years old at this point. 34 is the new 40 in the NFL. But he signed with the Rams. Did y'all see?
Yeah, he had a great season last year with Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Why?
Too slow.
Oh. If you can read the play before it happens, you got two steps. It don't matter if you're slow.
No, it does. He won't be able to defend in that conference.
That wasn't a bad move, though. But, yeah, I like the move for the Rams, but Rams lost a player in the mix of all that. LaMarcus Joyner, their safety, they let him go after franchise tagging him last year. He's going to Oakland. I think that's another decent move for Oakland. Paid him a 4-year deal, though, and he's 28 years old, so I don't know. And he's small. He's a little baby. You ever seen him? He's 5'8".
Who cares?
LaMarcus Joyner.
4 years for a DB, you're primed on until you're like 34, 35.
Yeah, he's solid, though. Good cover corner, so, I mean, he's nice. John Brown, like we had mentioned, to Buffalo. I don't know how I feel about that deal. 3-year, $27 million. He's getting old to be so young. 29 already. But I don't know. He's regressed a lot. A lot of injuries and stuff. Who else we got? We got Golden Tate. He's still on the board. We had Matt's boy Beasley. Went on to Buffalo.
Tate stays tweeting about New England, but New England's not going to show him no love. What would they need him for? All he does is play out the slot, and Edelman plays out the slot. There would be no point in the Patriots signing him.
Dominican Sue still available. Obviously, with the signing of Fowler, Rams are out of the picture now at this point. I don't think they have enough money to sign him to over $10 million.
That's why they signed Fowler, because they didn't think he was coming back either way.
Yeah, so where's he going to go?
New England.
I'll take New England. I'll take him in New Orleans, man. I hate him, really. He's a dirty player. He's a dirty guy, but I'll take him. We could fill the void at D-tackle. We really need something.
Where y'all going to find this money at?
I mean, we're going to dig it up. We're going to find it somewhere. We didn't pay Ingram. We ain't got much, but we got a little bit.
Y'all are more worried about paying freaking Teddy Bridgewater than winning a Super Bowl before Drew retires.
Yeah, they're all in on this Bridgewater train. I'm not. But that's about it, man. Bradley Roby signed with the Texans. That was a good move. I still like Roby. He's getting up there in age, but he's still solid. Dante Moncrief, another good receiver, still available. Clinton Dix, who's been a beast, but fell off the last couple of years.
Dante Moncrief is an animal.
So sign him up, somebody.
He's huge. Sign him. New England might get him.
Oh, I'm sure New England will get him. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, Clinton Dix. Then you got a couple others. Beasley, like we had mentioned. Clay Matthews. I don't know if anybody wants him at this point. He's getting old, but he could be a good veteran to help a young team. Maybe a Cleveland Brown or something wouldn't be a bad
He'll
move.
probably take league minimum, stay with the Packers.
And that's really about it. I mean, you got T.J. Yeldon, who's going to be looking for a new team unless Jags decide to re-sign him. I don't see that happening.
I do.
They have to since they got rid of Hyde.
Jamison Crowder goes on to join that Jets receiving core. Not a bad move there. I mean, he's definitely an upgrade.
That's a move y'all are sleeping on.
Yeah, it's not a bad move. New Orleans is most likely going to leave Okafor. Randall Cobb's on the board. I mean, he's old now, but he can maybe help a team that really sucks.
What y'all think? This is the one trade I do like. Not trade. The one signing I do like for the Chiefs. Carlos Hyde is going to go to Kansas City and be a beast.
Yeah, I think so too.
I can see that happening. But a couple more moves we got here. Terrell Suggs, I saw y'all seen he's finally leaving the Ravens. He's going on a 1 year to Arizona.
Ravens are about to fall apart.
They lost both their linebackers. They're about to completely rebuild at the position. But yeah, Cameron Wake, who, I mean, I know y'all remember being the freaking best defensive end in the league just a couple years ago, is now absolutely nothing. I mean, he is 37 years old. But he's going to be a free agent. He may be able to help a team out. Jason McCourtney out of New England, most likely. They're going to get rid of him. He's getting old. Jesse James signed with Detroit. Dustin had called me last night. We had talked about that a little. Danny Shelton leaving the Patriots, most likely. Philip Dorsett's available. Somebody can pick him up. Kenny Vaccaro re-signed with the Titans. They gave him a pretty good little contract, $7.5 million a year.
Philip Dorsett played with the Patriots last year, so he's probably looking at 2 years, $65 million.
Cordell Patterson also going to be leaving the Patriots this year, probably.
I don't know. They liked him a lot. His utility.
Jay Ajayi's most likely going to be out of Philly. Philly may be a dark horse landing spot if they have any money for Bell. I could see that happening, but I don't think they have the money. Dez Bryant's going to be a free agent this year. I don't think Saints intend on taking him back. Tyler Eifert's still on the board, and that's really about it.
Shoot, boy, you're forgetting a beast.
Who?
KJ Wright.
Oh, gosh, we didn't even talk about him or Earl Thomas. Where's Earl going to end up? Dallas, finally? Or they don't have the money for him?
Dallas ain't got the money.
He wants too much.
Dallas.
He ain't worth $10 million.
Shoot.
Bruh, he's getting old, man.
Dude, he's getting old, but last year before he got hurt, he was probably the best cover safety in the whole league.
Yeah, but he keeps getting hurt.
You can't help a freak accident, broke leg.
Yeah, you got to take a chance on him, though. I'd definitely take a chance on him. I'm a Earl Thomas fan. You know he's local here. He was born 45 minutes from here, 40 minutes, Orange, Texas.
I can't.
He puts on football camps over here and stuff during the summers.
I don't really care for him anymore.
Oh, you used to have his jersey. You used to have his freaking. You used to have Seahawks edition. Boy, your bedroom was painted Seahawks colors.
I was a Cam Chancellor fan.
This boy got the Seahawks bedspread. Don't tell me you don't like him.
I do have a Richard Sherman jersey.
Oh, yeah. But all right, guys, y'all got anything else on that NFL free agency or trades? Any other big name trades y'all see coming? I see Odell Beckham leaving, man. I don't know.
I see him going to San Francisco.
I really hope so. I really like the move. He'll be a top fantasy pick for me for sure. With Jimmy G throwing to him, I might take him. I might take him over anybody but DeAndre Hopkins.
Or
wide receiver, of course. I'd take him over Julio probably.
Or Odell Beckham gets traded to the Falcons. I saw that the Falcons were inquiring about Odell.
Could you ever imagine having 2 top 5 receivers on the same team? I mean, it's happened in history. I could think of a few.
Really, you only need one, because I remember just a mere 10 years ago when Randy Moss caught 20-plus touchdowns from Tom Brady.
Yeah, but that's
Randy back when Tom Brady could throw a deep ball.
But any other big trade y'all see forthcoming? What up with Le'Veon Bell? Where y'all think he's going to really end up? The Jets?
Oakland.
Got the Jets, Texans, Oakland. I don't think Oakland got the money, though. They're going to have to keep cutting.
They got a ton of money left.
Not what I've seen. Not as much as everybody thinks. I heard somebody talking about it the other day.
Colts have $100 million to spend.
Oh, I would sign him
They
in
better
a
start
heartbeat.
spending then.
But
They need to
would've-
pick up a couple of these free agent receivers. I know they got Funchess, but I'd go after Patterson or somebody like that. A couple of the others we mentioned.
Sucks.
I
All
think
he's
he's
good
all
for
right.
is end arounds, spot running the ball. He'd only have done any of that for the Patriots team, because who else was gonna let him run like that? And then outside of
Or
that,
go get Moncrief.
nah, he's a head case, and they had him already. Why would
Yeah,
they-
sign him, re-sign him.
No, why wouldn't you just draft a super loaded wide receiver draft class? Why wouldn't you just draft?
DK Metcalf. He ain't going to make it.
Nope.
All right, guys, what y'all got from the Combine? I didn't get to watch much of it. It snuck up on me, and I was real busy that week, so I didn't get to watch much of the Combine, but I did see that freak of an athlete run that
Yet again, DK Metcalf.
4.34 40-yard dash, coming in at number 9 out of all position players in the whole Combine, which there was only a .04 split between him and the fastest person at the whole Combine.
Paris Campbell.
Yeah, Paris Campbell, Ohio State. I think he's going to be a solid late-round pick. He ain't going to go high. He's going to be a mid-rounder, but he's solid. I mean, Dwayne Haskins, that's the guy from Ohio State, though, and Bosa. We already know that, but what else did y'all see at the Combine you liked?
I'm going to tell you what I didn't like. I don't like the fact that Kyler Murray didn't throw at the combine.
He didn't.
No.
Who threw at quarterback that did well?
He didn't work out. He didn't do
Yeah.
anything. He said he's saving it for his pro day. I don't like that little.
I could respect the pro day thing. He don't want to go out there and get hurt too early and pull
Oh
something
my
or bad throws.
goodness.
I mean, he is a little baby. Come on now, Dustin. He is a little baby. He's like
That
Pop.
and he came in at 5'10" and a half
Did he?
for
That's
yeah.
bigger than I thought. A whole
Yeah,
half
they
inch.
said-
A whole half inch taller than I
said-
thought.
I saw that they think he was cheating the scale and stuff.
He was probably on his tiptoes and freaking holding a weight up, probably weighted
Yeah, they
down,
said
probably
it-
had ankle weights
They
on
said
and
he had his
stuff.
hair poofed up. Really?
What else y'all like from the Combine? Who threw? How'd Dwayne Haskins do?
Oh,
Look like a
Tanks.
beast?
Tanks, bomb, beast.
Really?
Easily the best quarterback going
Oh,
into the
yeah.
draft.
Easily a New York Giant, huh?
Yeah.
Think
If they-
so?
I don't understand why if they're getting Dwayne Haskins, why they would want to trade Odell. You want to make him throw to Evan Ingram and Sterling Shepard? Come on, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade Odell if I was New York. I mean, you're a quarterback away from being a freaking win in the NFC East.
Yeah, but the thing
I mean,
is,
Dallas is solid and
thing
Philly's
is-
solid, but still, man, come on now.
Dallas ain't going to be solid because that boy Zeke and Dak Prescott say they want to be paid this season.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Dak Prescott don't deserve to get paid. I'm sorry. Pay Zeke whatever he wants. He's led the league in rushing 2 out of his 4 years. Yeah, pay the man whatever, but Dak, nah.
I'm ready to see Jordan Howard get traded. Cheeseburger Jordan. Dude, if he goes to any team that runs the offense out of the shotgun, I'm out on him. I'm out on him.
Who else did y'all like at quarterback in the Combine? I didn't see much. Daniel Jones throw,
Huh?
Drew
Yeah.
Lock throw, Will Greer
Daniel
throw.
Jones didn't really impress me.
Yeah,
Really?
He
With his
didn't do that
throws.
good.
But I liked Drew Lock. I thought his arm was good. I like that kid from Utah State. Ripon or whatever.
Oh, yeah. He ain't from Utah State, is he? Isn't it Boise State?
Yeah, Boise State. That's
yeah,
what I meant.
Yeah, I've heard of him. He is
Yeah.
solid. What about Greer? Did he throw, or was he at the retirement home, or what was he doing?
He threw. I didn't even
He was at a
watch him throw.
he was at a senior citizens meeting or something.
Who is Will Greer?
William Greer the 7th. That's who it is.
Yeah, he already got 3 kids, aged 10, 12.
He got kids about to be in the league, man. How's he gonna take
Dude, I
NFL
didn't-
serious,
I
bro?
didn't believe y'all when y'all said he was that old. I had to go look.
No, he is.
Yeah, 10th year senior, he is for
Hey,
sure.
what did y'all think of Elijah Holyfield saying he was the best running back in this year's class?
What, he run a 5.5?
This boy
Bruh,
ran like
how? What'd he run?
he ran like a 4.8.
Oh my gosh!
Dude, running
How'd
back.
Damian Harris do from Alabama?
Killed it. He's
Did
gonna be
he?
a beast.
Dude, I saw him jumping on draft charts. I'm talking about jumping. I was like, this boy wasn't even Alabama's starting running back. They got too many starters. But, yeah, I've seen his name jumping all over the boards. DK Metcalf, of course, went freaking stupid. He just looks like the next Terrell Owens, in my opinion. That's who I would compare him to for sure.
They say his body's unhealthy. Like, Like his body percent fat, they said that
He's the real life Superman.
yeah, they
This
said,
boy got 0% body fat.
They said if he don't get at least 5 to 10% body fat, he'll last like 2 or 3 years in the league and be done.
I don't know, man. If you're eating healthy and doing all that, I'm sure he's a freaking beast out there. He's probably least likely to get hurt out of anybody with how much he cares for his body. What'd you say about him the other day? His cheat meal or whatever? I was cracking up.
His cheat meal was one Krispy Kreme donut. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, if you take your health that serious, dude, you're going to last in the league. That's like Brady and LeBron James. People like that really take that shit serious. They go far. But who else in the combine? Like I said, I didn't get to watch much of it. So anybody else show out? Any of the linebackers? Devin Jones, Gary?
Devin White,
I mean, Devin White, not Devin Jones.
Devin
My bad,
White ran
Devin
a
Jones.
four-
I don't want to give you too much credit, bro.
Devin White ran a 4.4.
Yeah, what a freaking beast.
And they
I seen
cried.
that.
Why'd he cry?
Emotional, bro. He made it.
I mean, that's
Imagine
what you
that.
worked for your whole life.
He's going to be a top 5 pick 100%, I think, now.
Nah.
Dude,
No.
bet you. Top 10, 100% guaranteed.
He can't rush the passer.
I don't know, man. I think he's the best linebacker in a while in the draft. He's better than Roquan Smith. I guarantee you
Yeah.
he is. So, I mean, he was, what, 7th?
That draft wasn't as defense heavy as this one.
Yeah, but
You
he's
got to
solid,
think the
man.
the first 5 teams ain't all gonna want defense.
Yeah.
Anybody else stand out in the combine? I was looking at a few names here that I'd seen. First thing that pops up is Devin White doing his thing. He was one of the top performers. Did y'all see the lineman run that freaking ridiculous 40-yard dash?
Which one?
I can't remember his name, dude, but it was stupid. It was like the fastest ever, like per pound divided by the time. Like fastest ever.
Oh, Sweat?
Yeah.
Oh, from, what's he from, Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Oh.
And how'd Bosa doing his drills? I know he ran a good 40 and stuff for his
Dude,
size.
He ran what, like a 4.8 or something like that?
I hate him.
I mean, it's inevitable. He's probably number 1 pick.
Nah.
No, Kyler Murray's the
Yeah,
number
he'll
1
be
pick.
number
Kyler Murray.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's easy. He's going number
Dude,
one.
he's going number 1. That's why they're
Really?
trading Rosen.
I think they're trading Rosen pretty soon.
I've been out of the loop or something because I did not hear any of this.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Really?
You didn't hear about what's the dude's name?
Kingsbury, the
yeah,
coach?
Yeah, he's
He's getting a nut off to
He
Kyler
recruited
Murray?
Kyler Murray in high school, went to Texas Tech, then went to Oklahoma. Both ran the same offense pretty much. Now he's in the NFL.
Dude, they're going to run the air raid in the NFL. If you don't think I'm owning every player they got in fantasy football,
Especially David Johnson.
you're crazy. Like, dude, come on. Come on, man.
I'm curious to see if that offense will work though. I think it will to start, and then after about week 5 or 6,
No, I think
somebody's gonna figure it out.
I think it will work for about the first 3 years.
Thirty
And
years.
How'd the guy out of Kentucky do, Josh Allen? I know he's gonna be a top 5
beast.
pick.
Yeah.
That's what I'd heard.
He's
Yeah.
going top 5.
Hey, but
100%.
an interesting thing I find really weird about DK Metcalf, he has no lateral quickness at all.
yeah, but you're not pressing him off the line, and he'll just throw you.
Yeah, exactly. And
Is
he
it-
has a 40-plus inch vertical and a
But-
4.3 40,
Yeah,
bro.
but they said he is a terrible route runner.
Somebody.
I
will
mean,
teach
that's something you could teach, though.
Yeah.
You
But-
can't
but-
teach freak
but
ability to
listen.
run.
Listen, 3 cone drill, slower than Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Promise. 20-yard shuffle, slower than Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Phillip Rivers. Think about
All right,
that.
if you're
How
slower
are
than
you?
Phillip Rivers, we
How
might
are
have a
you that
problem.
fast? How are you that fast? And you can't go lateral that bad. That should tell people something. I think DK is gonna be a bust.
I don't know, man.
No,
what I've
I'm
read,
joking. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
but
his
say you're
scouting
lying.
report, from what I've read, is a lot of what Matt said, being able to jam man-to-man coverage, getting separation. So, I mean, his catch radius, they said, is ridiculous. His arms, he has like 36-inch arms or something. That's freaking so long.
My arms are probably 36.
No.
Imagine.
Dude, that's not shoulders, not including your shoulders. That's just your arm length. Your arm's maybe like 30, maybe. But yeah, and then all the other things they said he done well. I think he's going to be solid. He's number one receiver for sure, no doubt. And then like we had just mentioned, another top receiver that's not going to go super early is Paris Campbell out of Ohio State. I think he's going to be good. Real solid for somebody. Go ahead on to New Orleans.
I really think this wide receiver class is a lot better than people think. Keneal Harry?
From where, Arizona State or whatever
Yep.
it is? Yeah, he's a beast.
Huge. I see Alshon Jeffrey wrote all over that boy's forehead. Really.
Then you got Debo Samuel,
Yep.
another beast.
Lightning quick. He's going to be a more healthy, durable Percy Harvin. Then you got Lil Paris. Then you got AJ Brown, who in college was better than Metcalf. May I put that out there? Stats. Quarterback threw to him more.
Yeah, but Metcalf ended up getting hurt and all that.
Hey,
What about Montez Sweat? What y'all think? The edge rusher out of Mississippi State. I've heard big stuff on him. He was the one we just mentioned that ran that ridiculous 40 and stuff.
he's gonna be good, but I'm telling you, someone's gonna get a steal. The guy, whoever drafts Jeffrey Simmons, is gonna get the steal of the draft.
Who was that?
He tore his ACL. He was supposed to be a top 5 pick. Tore his ACL. Now they're saying he's gonna fall out of the first round. Tore his ACL. Remember, he was the one that tore it the last game at Mississippi State, the bowl game. And they're saying now he's gonna fall all the way out of the first round. Not gonna happen. My Patriots will nab him up at 32 so quick his head will spin.
A couple more stands out I had seen that we had wrote down was the heir to Saquon Barkley, the running back out of Penn State, Miles Sanders.
Oh goodness,
Boy, his drills though were dumb. Not his 40 time, 4.49 moderate, great vertical for running back, 36 inches. But his drills that he was running and his pass catching ability. And good size, 5'10", 200 pounds, perfect size for a running back. He's going to be solid from everything I've read.
I like my running back 6'4", 286.
I could see him definitely being a Buffalo Bill.
Oh,
the
goodness.
next Shady McCoy.
Why do they need a running back when they got Frank Gore and Shady McCoy?
Because they're both 38 years old.
Yeah,
They might freaking snap week 1. They may be like, hey, brother, we're going out together. Let's go out together. This is it. Who else we have that stood out? The guy, the cornerback out of Auburn, Jamal Dean, and then, of course, our boy Greedy Williams. They're locks up at the top for cornerbacks. It's a cornerback heavy. There's a lot of good corners in this year's draft.
You seen Greedy got hurt at the combine, huh?
Yeah, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, they say it's just – I don't see how they always pull their hamstrings and stuff running the 40 line. Don't you warm up for this?
Yeah.
Haven't you done this several
Dude,
times?
But they
I've
just
warmed up-
push so hard.
I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
why.
Yeah.
I don't even stretch before I run, and I wouldn't pull my hamstring.
I thought Dustin was about to say, I'm not even going to lie. I always fake an injury on my 40 every time.
I really
Running
think
60s for baseball, put me against the fastest guy so I don't look super slow.
I really think people do fake those injuries at the combine. Like John Ross had to be faking. No way you run a 4.22 and you got a hamstring injury.
Shit, he
Shut
ran
up.
out of his body.
Shut up.
I'm surprised he didn't run straight out his shoes.
He's on the trade market. Someone could get him, but they better just have a quarterback that can throw 100 yards in the air.
All right, guys, we got anything else on NFL? I think we could wrap it up there. We went a good 30, 40 minutes on NFL. We had a lot to talk about. We took the week off, so a lot of moves. Next week we'll have even more moves. Trade deadline will be pretty much, or not trade deadline, but free agency will be pretty much towards the end. Everybody's going to get signed within the next 2 or 3 days. We'll see who hands out franchise tags. We know Lev Bell's not getting tagged by Pittsburgh, so it's open water for him. He's a shark in the water. So we'll see where he goes. Teams are going to be all over him. 3 or 4 potential landing spots.
Pittsburgh?
Oakland, the Jets, Houston, Colts, Green Bay. You got spots all over for Lev Bell. It's just about to be a bidding war.
Pittsburgh.
Who will give him that guaranteed money?
If I were Pittsburgh, I'd franchise tag him. You know why?
They'd have to trade for him then. Someone would have to trade.
And you know what I'd do? I'd franchise tag him, and then I'd trade him for that pick that you for another pick.
Might as well, because they got a 3rd and a 5th rounder for Antonio Brown.
I mean,
What a joke.
think about it. If you do franchise tag him, he's either gonna have to sit out another year, and we know he ain't gonna sit out 2 years in a row.
All right, guys, so we'll wrap it up there with NFL. We'll get more on it next week, and I'm going to transition real quick into UFC. I'm going to recap UFC 235. We'll do a little bit on the fight nights real quick for last week and then this upcoming week, and we'll get out of there quick on that. We'll start with the first fight of the night from 235 that was interesting. We had Jeremy Stephens versus Zabit Magashapirov, one of the top MMA prospects, undefeated, went in to fight Jeremy Stephens, who's a veteran, has over 30 UFC fights in his career. He's a top 5 guy in the featherweight division, formerly ran by Conor McGregor. He's better known as the who the fuck is that guy. But Zabit did his thing. It was a good fight. Stephens couldn't land nothing. Huge size difference. And Zabit showed why he's a top prospect. Throw him into the water versus Aldo, and I think he's ready for Brian Ortega or Holloway right away.
No.
I think so. I'd put him against T-City, Brian Ortega for sure. I think T-City may beat him, but I don't know. This cat may be ready. He's definitely ready for Aldo. Nobody's ready for Holloway. I don't even know if McGregor's ready for Holloway at this point, dude.
McGregor would rap and tap that boy.
I don't know, dude. They're setting up Holloway versus Khabib. Holloway's about to fight for Khabib's vacant title at the next UFC event. He's fighting Dustin Poirier for the 155. So that's going to set up either Holloway and Conor at 155 or Khabib and Holloway at 155. Unless Poirier Dustin, which I doubt. His name is Dustin, so I don't know. He might have some bangers.
Probably so. Runs in the name.
But Cody Garbrandt, did you watch that fight, him and Munoz? Boy, it was a puncher's battle. It was like, Cody Garbrandt knocked out 3 fights in a row now. TJ Dillashaw dusted him twice, and then this guy dusted him too. But he had Munoz weak. He had him on a knee, and they were just throwing haymakers. I'll show a video after the show's over, but they were just clipping each other, and then finally one of them fell. Cody Garbrandt got stopped, so I think his title run's over. I hate to say it, but he'll never be champion again. He just ain't got a chin. TJ Dillashaw done wrecked that boy. So now we'll move into someone Dustin admires, Ben Askren and Robbie Lawler. Ben Askren talking all that shit, went out there, he got beat up, but still won the fight. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, he was getting rocked.
Supposedly this is the best wrestler ever in the history of the world. Goes out there 30 seconds and gets picked up over his head and slammed by Robbie Lawler right on his head. I couldn't believe he didn't get knocked out.
Yep. You just watch him and he's got that mentality of you're not going to knock me out.
I know. I don't know how, dude. Robbie Lawler is knocked out all-time greats.
He was on, beating his head in, and he was just steady moving back and forth.
He had to stay moving. As soon as you go limp for a second, Herb Dean would have flagged it. I was surprised, actually, he didn't get stopped. What about you?
Yeah, I was definitely surprised.
Because he was face on the octagon getting just punched right, left, from being on his face. Yeah, you can't take too many of those shots. But he took them, finally got to his feet, got up on Lawler. I love when, freaking veteran skilled, jiu-jitsu guys, black belts, elite wrestlers get up on a guy while he's still standing up. They take his back while the other fighter's still standing up, and they're moving around, wrapping around on his body. And the other fighter don't want to fall, so he's trying to stand up, and all your body weight's on him getting squeezed. And he's just moving around, finally gets his neck, puts him in a choke, and then boom, it's lights out. Real controversial. I think it should have been stopped. I watched the video from a lot of different angles, and I did see Lawler. He didn't tap, but he went limp for just a second.
Yeah, the reason he called the fight is because he had his arm up, and then his arm,
just
flopped down.
Yeah. See, he shouldn't have done that. But after the fight, Lawler and Herb Dean had a good exchange of words, cussed at each other a little, and then Robbie Lawler, being the man he is, he's like, all right, man, it's all right, we'll run it back. Ben Askren definitely does not want to run it back with Robbie Lawler.
Probably
I don't think. Yeah.
Probably does.
No, I don't think he does. I think Askren, anybody else in that welterweight division, he'll beat Kamaru Usman, who just beat the shit out of Woodley. And that'll be the next fight we get into. We had the welterweight strap, 170 strap. Kamaru Usman and Tyron Woodley, 2 bangers, 2 freaking beasts. Nigerian Nightmare and the Chosen One.
To me,
I really thought T. Wood was untouchable.
To me, Woodley sucks.
Man,
I've never liked his game.
I like him. He's just a boring fighter, and he went out there against a guy who was ready. He's got too much going on outside of fighting. If you're a fighter like McGregor lost his touch. I mean, he's still going to be champion again. It's inevitable, whether it's 145 or 155. McGregor will get a title back. I really think so. But I can't say the same about Woodley. That division's so stacked right now. He's got his own boy Ben Askren to worry about, who said he wouldn't fight him. He got Usman, who just beat his ass for 5 straight rounds. You got Colby Covington, Mr. Trump himself. Can't wait to see him and Usman fight. You got Darren Till, who he already beat. But that welterweight division, it's the best division in the UFC right now. So I don't see Woodley ever becoming champion again. He had too much going on. He's got a rap album coming out. He opened for a show with Wiz Khalifa the night before. He's probably high as a kite going into the fight. He was on Wild 'N Out that same week going and performing. Just trying to be a celebrity like McGregor and running into trouble and just not having his mind on fighting. Went out there against somebody who was completely focused on fighting and got worked for 5 rounds. So shout out to you, Usman, first African champion. It's awesome. I think Ngannou will be the next African champion. I can't wait to see who he fights next. He's been on some bangers. Throw him against DC. I'd love to see it. Probably wouldn't beat DC, but it'd be a banger. And then, of course, the greatest of all time, the fight of the night.
Johnny Bones Jones.
John Bones Jones did his thing. Once again, just literally beat the crap out of a man for 5 straight rounds. I saw Anthony Smith cut him once, which is a huge surprise to even put a finger on John Jones that actually did damage. But Smith just wasn't ready. Nobody in that light heavyweight. John Jones, you have to move up to heavyweight, dude. Nobody's ever going to beat you at light heavyweight.
They say that Walker, dude.
Johnny Walker, he fought, we forgot to mention that. That was way in the undercard. He's on fire and stuff. Quick flying knee knockout again this fight. He's fighting a lot, and he's messing people up, but he ain't even on that level. No way.
And he ain't going to be fighting for a while now.
The only person that could beat John Jones at light heavyweight is Daniel Cormier, and he don't stand a chance.
You saw Walker dislocated his shoulder?
Yeah, he's going to be right back in there,
flopping
though.
on the ground after the fight.
Oh, he always does that.
Worm.
Yeah, he falls straight down on his shoulder, which is dumb. But like you said, Walker's a beast, and they have another guy that's fighting this weekend at the UFC Fight Night, Dominic Reyes. If Dominic Reyes wins, they'll put Reyes and Walker. Them two will fight. Whoever wins will get to fight Jones.
Yeah, Jones needs to move up. I want to see Jones.
Jones said he's fighting 5 fights this year. He already fought 2. He said he wants to fight 5 times this year for his legacy, basically just to put his stamp in the game. You know, he's still not even 30 years old, John Jones.
I want to see him move up. I want to see him move up to heavyweight.
He does Daniel Cormier at heavyweight.
And I want to see him fight Stipe first.
Oh, I would love to see it. There's so many heavyweight. He said he wants to fight Brock more than anything because, you know, that's a money fight. You fight Brock Lesnar, huge money.
Dude, he'll murder Brock Lesnar.
Oh, murder him. I'm ready to see DC and Brock fight, though. That's what DC's waiting around on. Freaking, I wish DC would fight. I don't see why they don't give the heavyweight title to somebody else. Run it back with Stipe again or something. I mean, you got to do something. You can't tie up the heavyweight division.
You should have to fight once every 8 months.
Shit, wait, you should fight once every 4 months. That'd be 3 fights a year. That's plenty, or every 6 months at least.
Yeah.
2 fights a year, especially if you're a champion, dude. You can't hold up a division. That's when you get into all that interim title bull crap. Everybody walking around with fake belts.
Yeah, fake belts, as Colby Covington would say.
Fake belts and fake news. Colby Covington, all this fake news going on. That's my guy, though. He cracks me up. Can't wait to see Usman beat the crap out of him, but he is funny. But, yeah, mention the heavyweight division. We had the UFC Fight Night Saturday night. I told y'all go check out the only fight that really mattered on that whole card. Derek Black beats Lewis, our Houston native. Funny, my balls are hot. That guy fought Junior Dos Santos, who's one of the best heavyweights ever, if not the best heavyweight ever. He's really beat every...
He ain't the best. Cain Velasquez is
He beat Cain, though. He beat Cain. He beat Stipe. He beat Frank Mir. He beat Brock Lesnar. He's beat all the great heavyweights.
Why ain't he fighting Daniel Cormier?
Because he's old, and he will. He's won 3. It's so hard to win 3 heavyweight fights in a row, especially when you're old. They have no chin, dude. Heavyweights kill each other, like literally. You get touched on the chin by a heavyweight, you are KO'd.
I like that dude that's got the mullet and the beard.
Oh, Roy Nelson? Yeah, beat him bad. But, yeah, I think what's going to happen is since Junior Dos Santos won that fight, y'all got to go watch the fight after the show. It didn't last long at all. It lasted 1 round. But Dos Santos threw a spinning back kick, hit Derek Lewis right in his stomach. Derek Lewis bent over, holding his stomach like he was super hurt. And Dos Santos ran in to finish Lewis. He was hunched over, on his stomach. He ran in to finish him. Lewis popped up out of nowhere and almost knocked him out, dude. Played the shit out of him.
Nah, I think he was actually
he really
hurt.
was hurt, but he played him. He was hunched over like this. He come in to knock him out. He just popped up and busted him. Almost knocked him clean out. But they knocked each other down multiple times in that fight within 5 minutes that it lasted. So that was a banger. And like Dustin said, we want to see Dos Santos fight somebody big. Throw him in the water against Nagano. You got to.
No, Daniel Cormier versus Nagano.
Nah, that's not going to happen yet. I think Stipe and DC need to run it back. DC needs to quit being a little bitch and tying up the division. Run that back and run Nagano and Dos Santos. Winner takes on Stipe, then winner will take on DC or whatever. But yeah, eventually John Jones is going to move up and beat them all, so it don't matter at heavyweight really. But all right, that was it on that fight night. Couple upcoming fights we got. I'm not going to get too far into them. We have one this weekend, so I'll mention it real quick. We got Darren Till fighting Jorge Masvidal. That's going to be a good welterweight fight. The 3-5 contenders. Darren Till coming off a title shot, lost to Tyron Woodley, but I think he's going to bounce back strong. He'll beat Masvidal, and the winner of that will face Askren, I think. So hopefully we see Till Askren. They've been talking a lot of shit on social media, so I'd love to see those two go at it. That'd be a good fight. I think Till got the bangers to knock Askren out that Robbie Lawler couldn't finish. I think Till would finish him, but you never know with Askren. What a beast. But that's all I got on UFC. We went a while there on that, and we'll transition into college basketball. We got the championship week starting up, and each division, SEC, ACC, the big conferences, we're going to see who's going to win in each.
And the Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten. Then the shebang, March Madness. We're in March. Mid-March is approaching, so we're about to start it up. We may have new title contenders with all these injuries to Duke and other teams, and I don't know who's going to win it now. I'm still going to ride Duke because that's the squad, but there's a lot going on there, so it's anybody's ball. The ball's in anybody's court.
I'll take Michigan State in the Big Ten to beat Michigan. They're getting their best player back this week. So, Michigan State in the Big Ten, LSU in the SEC.
I hope.
And Duke in the ACC. But if Zion ain't clearly 100%, then Virginia might win the ACC.
Yeah, like I said a couple weeks ago, I'd like Virginia to win it all. I got to stick with the defense, dude. Best defense in that conference.
If you want defense, why don't you like Texas Tech?
No, I don't know. I just don't like Texas Tech.
All right, I'm going to go North Carolina winning the ACC tournament. North Carolina potentially winning it all just because I really feel that way. If Duke doesn't win, one of the North Carolina teams are winning it. But I'm going to take North Carolina winning the ACC championship. I'm going to take Kentucky winning the SEC championship. I hate to say it, but it's that time of the year where they're going to show up and show out. So give me that. I really wish LSU would win, like Dustin had said. Tennessee definitely has a chance there. And I like what you said about Michigan State. Everybody's coming back together, and I could definitely see them down in Michigan. I could really see Michigan not even making it, getting beat by someone else before they even make it to the top there. I'm not sure exactly who, but I could see them making a run for it. And who's everybody's dark horse this year? Who you got, Dustin?
Michigan State.
Michigan State, I mean they're number 6. I'm talking like outside of the top 10, like your Cinderella type team. Your Loyola type team for this year.
Murray State.
Murray State, not even in the top 25. That's a good solid pick.
That's my team that I think could upset somebody. So, I don't know. Outside of the top 10, though, I don't know. Who you think, Matt?
Oh, dude. I don't know. It's March Madness. Anything can happen. It's too hard to really predict just one team that's going to have an upset 3 rounds in a row.
I'm going to go with the team that made a run last year and made a couple upsets. I'm going to go Buffalo again this year to make it at least a second or third round.
Like Buffalo.
Yeah, they make a little run for it. It's hard to predict that, though, but that's our predictions on tournament time in NCAA basketball. Who else you got?
The team I think that outside of the top 10 that could deal damage, is no doubt Kansas State.
Really?
Yeah.
They still got the same core. They still got the tall white guy that's really good.
Wade,
yeah,
yep.
T-Wade, yeah. I like LSU, too, playing for our coach, man. Say a little bit on that, Dustin. You followed that story hardcore. What's going on? I heard it was pretty pretty
Yeah.
vulgar, pretty explicit.
Yeah,
What he was saying over these FBI wiretap
they're
phone
saying
calls.
the richest lawyer in Louisiana, apparently the best lawyer, wants to be his lawyer in court because in the 2 phone wiretaps they have no definitive answer as to him saying he paid him money. He said he offered him more than he could get as a rookie in the NBA, but he might have been offering him. Their argument is he
might have been offering him a nice scholarship or a nice place to stay or anything. You have to, like you just said, definitively say money, certain dollar figures and stuff for it to be.
Sean Miller was like, money this, money that.
Yeah, $100,000.
And what's Sean Miller doing right now? Sitting on that sideline coaching them Arizona basketball games.
Yeah, it's a big.
I even heard this. I said LSU loves Will Wade so much. If they suspend him for 2 or 3 years, they'll keep him.
I don't think they're going to suspend him that long. I haven't looked much into it, but I did hear it was pretty serious. So we'll see what happens there. And I like LSU into the tournament too. I mean, they're going to upset a couple teams. They're top 10 for a reason. Get them in a neutral field. They're really good at home, but
they're undefeated on the road.
Really?
All their losses are at home.
I did not know they were undefeated on the road.
They went undefeated in SEC play on the road.
Give me Tigers then going pretty far. Only 5 losses this season, 3 of which were to pretty bad teams, 2 to really good teams. But give me the Tigers taking it far. Of course, that's the hometown team, so got to go with them. Houston also, close native team. They're on a little roll. They beat LSU earlier this year.
Houston sucks.
Nah, they're solid. They're in a sucky division, that AAC, but they're solid.
Coming from a guy who bets college basketball every day, Houston sucks.
I mean, they're top 10 for a reason.
They
Number
lost
11.
to UCF the other day. Like, when the game's on the line, Houston falls apart. If you can keep it close to the end of the game, they fall apart.
But I think that's all we got there. Really looking forward to March Madness. The week's coming up. We'll do a whole segment just on it. I'm sure once brackets are released, we'll do our own bracket for the podcast crew, and anybody who wants to join, we'll have a little bracket pool thing with some money. But all right, what's going on in NBA? I haven't been paying attention. I know my Rockets are hot, and that's all I care about. We're ready for the Warriors is all I got to say.
NBA.
Bucks hot, Raptors hot, Celtics hot.
Raptors got
Rockets
beat by
hot.
25 last night to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, still hot.
But really the thing right now is the Warriors are kind of starting to show what we figured they'd show when Boogie came. And it's not even Boogie. Y'all saw the video of Steve Kerr the other day on the sideline talking about Draymond Green. They got him on video saying, "I'm tired of Draymond's shit."
Yep, he may be out of there then.
And then they asked him about the game, and he like brushed it off and was laughing about it. And Kevin Durant has been like openly calling out Steve Kerr for not taking it serious and all kind of stuff. And they lost to the Suns. That's what makes me. LeBron got clowned so hard for losing to the Suns, and in the last week the Suns beat the Bucks and the Warriors with everybody playing. But LeBron still to this day is getting clowned about losing to the Suns.
I think Lakers need to just shut LeBron down. I know they've got him on minute restrictions and stuff. He's the only starter on the team remaining playing this season. I hate to see what happened to Brandon Ingram happen. I'm sure New Orleans is kind of excited they didn't trade for him, but at the same time, they probably wish they would have. They're about to lose Anthony Davis for nothing, so, I mean, should have got something while you could.
He's not a free agent after the season.
Oh, yeah, they're still going to have to trade for him. That's right. Boston may get him now. That may be the better landing spot for him.
Boston said they'll give up anybody on the team but Kyrie.
So they'll give up Tatum. Kyrie's gone. I hate to say it. Kyrie's that person that can't ever make his mind up,
Did y'all see LeBron and Kyrie talking pregame the other? They done their handshake, and they were talking through their shirts like, LeBron, he likes to hide his conversations.
Yeah.
He had his shirt pulled up over his mouth, and Kyrie was doing it too. LeBron, they're about to reunite. They're going to be on the same.
Or he's going to reunite with Kevin Durant.
There is one superstar out there right now that's a free agent this offseason said he wants to play in L.A. Kemba Walker.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice.
Dude, did y'all see last night? I bet Rockets over Hornets by 9. Rockets killed them, beat them by like 20. But Kemba Walker was 16 of 20 from the field, 6 of 6 from 3, 40 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. And they lost.
Damn.
Yeah.
But all right, we got anything else on NBA? I mean, Bucks are on fire. Best record in the league, 50-16. They're on pace for less than 20. Trae Young for Rookie of the Year.
Serious push.
Serious push.
He had
I agree.
a 5-game stretch where he scored over 35 points.
I just can't believe when he has his 30, 10, and 10 games. That's impressive for a rookie. Him getting 10 rebounds as a guard, being small as he is. I mean, he's not small, but he's not big by any means.
Yeah, for a guard.
And then who else is making a push? Giannis making his MVP push. Paul George still doing his thing, but they've been on a downward slope. It seems like as soon as we started talking good about OKC, they start degrading.
Paul George, I think they're getting their swagger back. The best thing that ever could have happened to Paul George is him playing with Westbrook. Because they said before he played with Westbrook. I couldn't
believe he stayed. I still remember that. Westbrook hosted the party for him, of course. But
they said that Paul George, before he came to OKC, had no mentality of winning. All he cared about was money. And that now you see that boy doing, like, win this, win that. Like they say, Westbrook will change you. Really. Westbrook's probably my second favorite player.
I really think Paul George, though, is peaking right now in his career. He's about to be peaking these next couple years. He was like a late peaker, you know.
Well, it's because of that leg injury.
Yeah, he's about to be unreal the next couple years. He would be my MVP bet for next year probably if I had to put one in because he's not going to be top 5 in odds probably. But anything else on NBA? What else we got moving in? I mean, Lakers are out of there. Nuggets are hot. They're definitely a contender in the West.
The Clippers are in a lose-lose situation. It's however you want to take it. If they make the playoffs, they don't get a first-round draft pick. And literally, the Kings and the Lakers cannot win a game. And the Clippers just keep winning off of just having a better team than people.
Oh, Clippers are going to win. They're going to get the 8 seed and get 4-0 swept by the Warriors.
Yeah, but the thing is...
Shoot, better watch out. Rockets may slide up and take that 1 seed. They're only like 7 games out with 16 games remaining.
You better watch out because the Nuggets are going to take the 1 seed.
Yeah, shoot, I'd like them to.
The Nuggets still ain't got their best player back.
Actually, I wouldn't. I would like Rockets to get the 3. I think Rockets could beat Nuggets in a 7-game series, 2 versus 3. Yeah. And then you got Warriors 1, and who's 4 in the West right now?
OKC.
OKC. So Warriors, OKC. I could really see OKC giving Warriors some hell. I really could.
It's whoever got a good...
Because you know they're going to play way harder in the playoffs. Westbrook's got to turn up a whole nother level. Got to. Especially playing Kevin Durant. We've seen it. But Kevin Durant's got to turn up to another level. That's going to be a fire series in the Western Conference right there.
The other day about him and Westbrook's beef, and he was like, we've never even had beef. They were like, but all the on-the-court stuff.
They've had beef.
He was like, look around.
I mean, they're competitors.
They was like, Westbrook has on-the-court beef with everybody.
I mean, think of us. We used to get in fist fights every time we played basketball on an 8-foot goal. We'd be rolling around in the dirt, punching each other and shit.
Yeah, and I'd knock you out.
You ain't ever knocked me out, boy. You ain't ever even landed a punch.
Boy, you ain't never landed a punch.
I ain't ever tried to land one.
Shoot, boy.
I ain't ever swung on
Matt,
you, boy. You better be lucky.
Come in, Matt. Matt, who would win, me or Hunter? What's the odds? What's
boy,
the odds?
We'll go out there and hit that bag on the porch, that punching bag I got out there now.
I'll kick that thing and knock the sand out of it.
You'll kick that thing and miss and fall out into the lake out there. You'll fall over. Dustin will swing and miss. Dustin will miss a whole ass punching bag and fall over the rail out there.
I already knocked Frank out twice within the last 2 weeks. So.
But all right, we'll wrap it up there, guys, on NBA. Give a quick little take on baseball. We're going to cover it hardcore next week because it'll be the week before season starts. But anything small you got? We know the Bryce Harper deal's in, 13-year, $330 million. A lot of threes there. And he's going to be number 3, ain't
he? Yeah.
What's his obsession with the threes? But Bryce Harper got paid. I think that's a big recruiting push for Mike Trout. I really do.
He's already came out and said he's recruiting Trout.
Cool. If Mike Trout goes to Philadelphia, I will be mad because
the two best players of our generation.
That'll be the first beginning to a super team in the MLB. They will, if they have both of them, they'll win the World Series every year.
I don't know. I don't think Harper's that great anymore. He had a really down year last year.
I think he's about to turn up. I'm taking him to win MVP this year in the NL just because.
Imagine Bryce Harper getting covered in the lineup by Mike Trout, though. That's what you got to think about. That's like.
I mean, look at his walks. You can't walk him if Trout's behind him
But-
or in front of him. You can't
but
walk
what I
him with
gotta
Trout
say-
on base.
What I gotta say, right now in the MLB, the Braves have the best 3-punch combo at 2, 3, and 4.
Who? Freeman, Acuna, and
Donaldson.
Albies? Oh,
Donaldson.
Donaldson. Yeah, maybe even the best 4 if they put them all 4 back to back.
Who? Albies?
Yeah.
Nah, he's gonna hit like 7. Marquez.
I still like what Red Sox and Astros both
Dude,
have.
I
mean,
just-
Astros got Springer, Bregman, Altuve, and Correa, bro, at the top.
Springer,
Come on now.
Springer sucks. All he does
Come
is hit a long
on.
ball. Dude, he is not good.
I mean, 250 average, bro. Come on, beast. Nah, I'm playing. He
No,
really is
and
slumping.
you're
But he's still an all-star.
you're
He's
tripping.
still Springer
you
digger.
know what? That 3-punch is probably better than the Braves. I don't know though, because
Bregman, Altuve, and Correa is solid, bro.
Boy, you're forgetting. How many times do I have to tell people? Michael Brantley is an Astro.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Dude,
He ain't better than none of them three.
He hit 320 last year.
Yeah. Astros are going to be solid. Of course, I'm going to take them to win it all again this year for the 3rd year in a row and take Red Sox again for the 3rd year in a row as well.
And you're going to lose because the Yankees are probably going to win it all.
Nope.
I hope so.
I don't
Yankees
think so.
are loaded, dude.
It's going to come down to pitching. That's why I don't think Philly, like you had said, Philly this, Philly that, fill up on these nuts.
I don't
They
like,
just ain't gonna be that
I
good,
don't like
man.
the Phillies. The Braves.
They got one pitcher, Aaron Nola. What's he gonna do? Pitch every 3rd day? He got pitched 2 starts in the rotation every
the
week.
Braves are in a bind. We already lost our ace.
Really?
Folkenowitz, yeah, he's not going to be able to start the season because he's got elbow inflammation.
Oh, here we go. Sounds like Clayton Kershaw Jr.
No,
Sounds like Matt Haga over there.
Dude, Kershaw's already back pitching. Dude,
Yeah,
that dude
he's
is so-
not gonna last.
Yeah, he's like, I'm throwing pain free. I'm pitching pain free. Like, dude.
Really, he's probably shooting up cortisone before he goes into a spring training, starting pitches for 2 innings,
Dude,
juicing his
you
elbow up.
You know, I haven't seen a pitcher in spring throw over 3 innings. I'm looking, just observing.
Dustin over here trying to bet spring training, probably.
I have. But I'm looking through, and it's like 3 innings, 3 innings, 3 innings, and then 6 2/3 in a spring training game. Who do y'all think it was? Max Scherzer threw 6 2/3 innings in a spring training
He'll be the
game.
first guy to throw 500 innings pitched this year, probably.
Dude, he never gets hurt. Ever. Never.
But all right, guys, y'all got anything else on baseball? We'll start with the pitching matchups for week 1 for opening day. We know there's some fire ones, but we'll save that for next week's show. We're going to get our buddy Colton in here, baseball wizard. Can't wait. Baseball season's amongst us. It's coming, so be ready. All right, so we'll give a quick shout-out to our sponsors. First off, Legend Gear and Apparel. Go check them out at legendgear.co. All the T-shirts, hats up. Summer's coming up. Go get you a pair of new sunshades. Got ties for the businessmen, belts, all kinds of good stuff, wallets, phone cases. Go get all that over at legendgear.co. Use discount code LND10 for 10% off over there. That's Legends Never Dies in the podcast. 10% off. Then go check out our newest and latest business, and the website and online stores now up. That's Legend Wood and Artifacts, and you can get them at legendwoodsman.com. Facebook, Legend Wood and Artifacts. Everywhere else on social media at Legend Wood and Artifacts. All kinds of good stuff. Primitive artifacts, arrowheads, specialty rocks and blades. Nice stuff. Custom woodworking. You imagine it, we could build it over at Legend Wood and Artifacts. So go check them out. Also use the discount code LND10. And that's it, guys. We'll see y'all next week.